Traditional leaflets you get through the door, they will have printed and published by, and you know it's from a political party. With the social media advertising, you don't know that. You don't know where the donors come from. I mean, we want clarity and transparency. And also the issue of spending limits. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous at the moment. If you're standing in a parliamentary election, you're not allowed to spend, I think, 15,000 or something of that order. You know, and if you exceed it, potentially the agent, the candidate, go to jail. I mean, it's extremely restrictive. But millions have been poured into this new form of campaigning. So, yeah, we do need regulation, and it needs to be done quickly.
Are you surprised that spending by Remain groups, it seems, from a data that's been gathered by Politico, bigger than pro-Brexit?
I'm sure that's perfectly true. I mean, I'm not trying to defend one side or the other, but the whole process needs to be made much more transparent.
Should we know who's fronting these ads always on social media?
To some extent, yes. But then I'm not sure if that necessarily informs the public who watch this stuff anyway, because just because you know means that, yes, you know, programmes like this or newspapers might pull it apart and you'll be able to attack it. But the reality is that for millions of Facebook users, they're just going to see these videos and these adverts and are just going to get sucked in anyway. Whether they knew who was or wasn't fronting it, will it actually make any difference? One of the problems is it's the subversive nature of some of that stuff. It's the sharing of information online where people think it's gospel because it mentioned the local hospital and suddenly it gets talked about amongst a group of friends or at the school gates and it does become gospel and it becomes something that everyone believes is true. Now, just because you put at the bottom who it's funded by, is that necessarily going to be seen and going to be taken note of? I honestly don't know.
Right, would it help, though, in terms of transparency, or as Jo said, is it not worth it?
Well, I mean, at least at the moment you have a kind of level playing field where traditional political advertising is concerned, whether it's past political broadcasts on television or whether it's leaflets or, you know, having an imprint in the bottom of something. At least if there was some kind of standard online, then that would help. But I think I do kind of take the point, as far as campaigning groups go, at what point do you register with a regulator? At what point do you become a campaigning group?
Could you put off some smaller groups that want, you know, some smaller single issue stuff?
It takes 2 seconds to put a video together. Yeah. I mean, I get sent stuff from people, you know, outside who say, look at this, or whatever, and I look at it, and it's often literally a kind of one-man or woman band that's put up some video themselves, and they've done a lot of graphics on it, nothing very special, sending a message to you about something which I might or might not agree with. But the point is that how do you get down and regulate that process?
But also, there can be advantages for very small single-issue campaigns, local issues, whether it's a school crossing, you know, stuff like that, or a fundraising campaign. There can be reasons to have small campaigns.
Which they can't afford to do,
which they can't start doing when you start regulating, which is a risk.
Okay, well, is it overplayed, this idea of dark money infiltrating our system?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I don't want to be too conspiracy theory about it, but there is a genuine problem with the way the Russians have infiltrated our democracy here in the United States, and we can't just passively sit by and tolerate it.